lend me your card. It's not encouraged. Yeah, it's not encouraged. I mean the confidentiality in terms of operating some skills. Okay, imagine this Cubicost operation actually one part of the skill in your construction industry, in your QS job training. Okay, it's actually a skill set for you. Okay, for the measurement takeoff. Okay, and able to utilize the common function to measure quantity. Get to know the self-learning ways for the Cubicost. Okay, this one I will bring to you, for example, the econ, the e-learning. Okay, we have those kind of the platform for you to have the self-learning asset class and capable and confident to conduct a real project. Right. So for today's training, okay, for this 3 days training, our first day we will have the there are some typo here, sorry. It will be a TAS. We're going to start from our TAS software for the first day, and the afternoon we'll do for the main element, column, beam, slab, or even wall. Okay, so we depends on our progress. Okay, first day it will be TAS. Second day, okay, second day afternoon it will be start from our TRB. Okay, for our main element, for our main structural element. Okay, so and it emphasize again, our first day it will be TAS until the second day is morning part. For the second day afternoon, we will start for our TRB, and the third day it will be a model submission. Okay, we need to remodel everything again for whatever we learned for today and tomorrow. Okay, the drawing will be the same that we practice for this day 1 and day 2. So for day 3, you need to create everything for the project from the scratch. Okay, create a new project and then you do it accordingly. Okay, there will be some references you might need to see. For example, for columns, you need to prepare at least how many numbers of columns for that particular unit. Right, and also we have some quiz. Okay, and then you will need to submit on the third day, and we will evaluate. We will provide you the certificate within 3 months. Right, we will provide you a certificate within 3 months. Okay, so yeah, the training certificate. Okay, so the training certificate it will be in this format. Okay, you will have your name. Okay, and also there will be the ID for you. Okay, this is the front page, and we also for the certificate we have few various kind of certificate. For personal certificate, we have 4 levels: basic, intermediate, proficient, and expert. So today's, tomorrow, and also Friday's training. Once you complete, you submit your model and also the quiz assessment. After you pass it, you will get your basic level certificate. You will have valid for 2 years. Right. So meantime, for example, maybe few months later, you are doing the project. Okay, doing few kind of project with few confidence. Okay, you want to take for the intermediate level. Feel free to take it. Okay, how you can take it? You remember just now the project, the training guideline. You can just click on that. Okay, later on I will also share you the link as well. Okay, you need to submit for one actual project with over 5,000 square and pass the evaluation, online evaluation. But it also 2 years. Subsequently, we have proficiency level and also the expert level. Okay, so this is the criteria for you to get the proficient level and also the expert level. Alright, so also we also will have some company certificate. This company certificate, we have this certified frontier company and also professional company. Okay, how get that? You need to get full project support, promotion, and application for the Cubicost software. Allow broader to use this project as a marketing promotion material. Right. So the differences between the professional is they submit at least 3 full more projects, develop a clear beam development strategy, and also allow broader to use this project. Right. So also please provide us a valid and active email. Okay, I believe the email that you register for the Zoom is actually a valid one. Okay, and we will send. Okay, we will send this certificate to your email. Okay, once the process is done. Right. Okay, so this will be the traditional versus the content that we're going to deliver to you. Before this, do you have any ideas that our Cubicost TAS CII, TRB is being Okay, you want to guess? Maybe in 2D, 3D, 4D, up to 8D. Okay, leave me a message in the chat box. How many D of these beam, okay, in our software, our Cubicost software provide? Then we have 3Ds, okay, some of you are 3D, saving 3D, chop 3D, okay, Muhammad is 1 3D. Okay, right. Okay, so for beam, we actually have starting from 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, and 8D, right? Okay, for information, our Cubicost application is actually our 5D. Okay, it's actually 5D. 3D, it will be the modeling, model in 3D, right? And 4D, it will be incorporate with the planning, okay, with the planning scheduling. Okay, 5D, it will be inclusive of our cost estimation, right? So our software is actually in the in how to say it's actually collaborate with our quantification and also cost estimation purposes. Okay, we actually in our party. Okay, we actually in our party. Right. So going to explain for you traditional and beam what we can have. Right. For the upper part will be traditional part and the lower part will be the beam part. Right. For the traditional part, we will get our hard copy drawing, either for A1, A0, A3 drawing. Okay, I still have my scale ruler, okay, inside my spare room. Okay, I have a calculator. I need to scale every single line, okay, to get a conversion right, and then I put my quantity back into my beam sheets. Not sure whether I'm not sure whether you guys encounter with this beam sheet before. Right, I actually encountered this beam sheet before. Right, so you will have beam sheet. You will be you can write in red color pen or blue color pen, and if there's deduction, you need to write in red color pen. It's easy for you to identify it. Right, financial institution, or even you can do for the Excel. Right, and then you convert it to the Excel BQ, either by a link or you actually manually type in the quantity. Okay, how about me? Okay, for me, it will be in various kind of if you have CAD drawings, you can identify everything. You can do the model, or even if you have the Revit file. Okay, if some of the project have the Revit modeler, you can actually import the Revit to our Cubicost software, and then the model is actually there. Voila. Okay, it's actually there. Okay, but we need to check on the pattern of the BIM modeler model, because BIM modeler is not necessarily the QS pattern. Okay, some of the QS rule of thumb to do the verification of BIM will be missed out by the BIM modeler. Take example, if you have ground beam or you have frame beam, the calculation of ground beam and frame beam, okay, the concrete and former ground beam will take preceding, will take 2 months. For frame beam, it will take until you see some steps back. So some of the beam modeler, it won't cater for that particular things. It will just straight away draw the full length of the slab, for example. So you will have the quantity, raw quantity allocation in ground beam or slab already. This kind of situation. Okay. So once we import it, we can actually do the necessary amendment for that. Then the software will automatically calculate for the quantity if the SMM2 or my SMM calculation rules are valid. And then we actually can do the back linking to TBQ. Okay. For overall this process is actually minimize the how human errors, and also increase the efficiency and also the accuracy of the quantity. Right. So and also the productivity as well. Right. So you can see the differences from now on traditional and beam. Further down, required classification in BQ item. Conventional, yes. Generate formula, yes, for conventional, right? And Excel, you need to set your formula yourself, okay? And software not required. Total up item, conventional, yes. Extraction of quantity will be complex for the conventional. Quite easy for the software. Later I will Excel sheets, and then which row, and then you need to double click and check the formula, and then find back your cell name, right? So that one will be quite confusing, right? For cross-check will be quite simple. We have a reversing check function able for us to check, right? And also, yes, some benefit of using the software. I'm not going to say it more. Reduce the wastage during the construction. Okay, for contractor, reducing the wastage, it will be increase the productivity and also the profit. Okay, for the whole project. Okay, eventually reduce the wastage and high efficiency productivity. Security wise, okay, security. It means whoever he have the license only able to open the software. Okay, if this file is sent to the third party, for example, competitor. If a competitor don't have this software, he or she not even able to open the file, right? Okay, it also high flexibility can trace who and when you're actually doing the modeling. Okay, what are the things that actually affected? High flexibility, paperless production will be very important. Okay, we will not need those kind of layout. Okay, even the typical detail type of drawing you can see in our PCs. Okay, you don't need to print out the A3 size of paper, right? And seamless information flow. Okay, information flow will be seamless to everyone. Right. So we are coming to an end. Okay, we are going to operate our software. Before that, there are a few items to take note. Every time of the training, I actually want to emphasize to my training. Okay, this slide is very important. Okay, the first thing, you need to study the drawing. You need to know the drawing sources. Either it's the IFC or it's the Revit, CAD, PDF, or JPG. Okay, each of the different type of the drawing will have the different methods for doing the modeling. Okay, I will show you later on. Okay, I will show you later on what is the different type of ability of the drawing and details. Okay, will be very important. Categorization of the items. Okay, you need to know what are the elements you want to do. Okay, type of rebar used. Okay, this is very important. Okay, you can check from our general notes. The whole layout plan, structure and architecture. I like to describe structural engineer and architect. They are like boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, during CCF, maybe for example, technical CCF meeting, they don't like to talk to each other. Some of the layout plan you will find, hey, one structural engineer, they have there are some difference between structural engineer, okay, and also the architectural engineer. The architect. Yeah, so you have to make sure which is the correct layout that you're going to use and which one is going to revise the latest one. And general notes. Okay, these general notes, I presume as a QS, you all know that before we start to do any measurement, first of all, we need to read carefully on the general notes. Okay, all the generals will be in uniform. Okay, so for example, you will receive some of the layout. You will say unless otherwise stated. Okay, UOS, unless otherwise stated. That means, for example, if you have any other things that actually specify the layout, you might need to change according to that layout details. Right. So if no, everything will be similar. Stick back to the general notes of documentation. Okay, this is the part of value that you need to get your to make sure material use as well, and also any other special requirements of the measurement. Okay, here are the few things you need to take care of. Right. If that's it, once you review items to take off, you are able to really review the modeling in our software. Right. So once again, okay, please get yourself ready our TS and TRB software. Okay. So before we start, I will get 15 minutes break. Okay, for you to prepare yourself to open your TAS software. Okay, TAS software readily. Okay. After 15 minutes later on, we're going to start our operation in our TAS. Right? back, leave me a message back, okay? Meanwhile, I'll give another few seconds, okay? Leave me a message back, give me a back. Oh, so many back. Alright, alright, alright. More you invite to back. Okay, right. Okay, reset the inbox. Right. So before I go into deeper, I would log into the software. We have three types of the license. First one, what we call is the cloud license. Okay, this one is useful for you to identify whether your company is using cloud or even some other things. Okay, so for the first one, cloud license, it will be logged in straight away, email and also the password. Okay, by your company admin. Okay, by your company admin. Okay, it will give you a email and also password. Then it will authorize you to log into the software. Okay, the second, what we call is the dongle. Okay, dongle is some kind of the pen drive. Okay, it contains maybe, let's say for one pen drive it consists of 20 or 30 license. It only need to plug into one PC, and other colleagues also will need to connect to the same network. Okay, this is what we call dongle. Okay, they are not going to use it. Most of the company not going to use it because one vendor they have 20 over license is quite expensive. Right, but it's what certificate license. Okay, certificate license. So this one, whether you want to use type 1, type 2, or type 3. Okay, so for screening purposes, you use for the first one, cloud access is to log in your email, uh, email to the password and it will be in the certificate and license. Okay, it will be the certificate license. Sorry, it will be a dongle license windows. And certificate license, this one is if you click on this other authorized button, you can see we have dongle and license. So you can she's actually helping you to sort out things right on the program. Okay, so yeah, so yes, right. Okay, so once you log in to your TAS, you come to the interface of this Cubicost TAS CII. Okay, it will, by default will be white color. Are you guys able to log into this interface? Yes, give me a yes. Okay, meanwhile, gently, don't worry, the colleague is helping you, right? Okay, yes, correct. Right. Okay. Uh, some of you, if you receive your uh, email, okay, from the golden license, okay, you need to click and verify and you reset, right? Okay, you need to click and verify the password, right? So if you are unable to log in, let me know, okay, let me know. All right. Okay, we let us wait for maybe for example 1 to 2 minutes, okay, for the rest. Okay, if you receive the email, okay, if you receive the email of the license, you need to click on the reset password. Sorry that I don't have the email in my hand now. Okay, I don't have the email for that. Okay, you need to click on the reset password, or okay, if you already have, is able to okay, let me briefly bring through you the interface of this. Okay, so for this dashboard, it will be white color interface. Okay, it will be black color. Okay, it will be in black. Why? Because I activate the module is what we call TIO. Okay, so this TIO is actually unstep intelligent takeoff short form. But in fact, it actually refers me the short form becomes TIO. It's actually able for us to import the Revit model. Okay, this is the another add module. Okay, if you don't have this module, you import the Revit etc. Right. And for the left hand side is our startup. Okay, our startup. You can start a new project. Okay, and you can open existing project. Okay, I believe most of your the recent project in the middle here is actually blank. Okay, you don't have any other project, new project, right? And also, as you can see, for the save as, and close are, and option and units are actually in gray color, is inactive. Okay, this means this is only applicable for if you already create a project. Okay, you will be able to open it. Okay, and the language you can actually choose. Okay, for the language, you can choose either for mine, I have Chinese and also English. For your temporary passport, it will be in English only, right? And also about, what is this about? The about here is actually carry the meaning that what is the software name and also what is the version that we are actually currently using. This is useful when you post a question in the incognito. Okay, you might need to specify the version of the software. Okay, because each version we have the improvement of the particular, right? So it depends on each version you will face that kind of a problem. Okay, I would suggest everyone when you have the software, okay, please try to get the latest version. Okay, get the latest version will be appropriate for you, right? And also on the right hand side, what you can see, you have a login Cubicost Cloud. So this login Cubicost Cloud is actually uh, our cloud base. Okay, it's actually our cloud base. You can actually save your project into the Cubicost Cloud and then share among the employees. Okay, or you can also share to your outside collaboration. You can share to third party, okay, external party out of your company, right? And if you click on the highlights, you can see the e-learning. You can try on the view function. Okay, we have some clusters, revision function, the clusters, rabbit changes, etc. Then you can click on more, learn more, right? If you click on this more, you have a tutorial. Okay, if you click on this help, it will go to similar to help desk. Okay, if you don't want to click on this help desk, press the F1. If you press on the F1 key, is also able for you to go to that particular help center. Okay, and also this is our new one, the e-learning. This e-learning is actually free video, and in fact, actually you go to our golden teachable. Go to our golden teachable, right? So there are some hot news, some sharing on what are the things that how to calculate the quantity related to site of the opening, tips, some of the identification, and what are the simple way to customize that. Okay, so you can explore much on more on this. Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is, okay, you need to create a new project, right? Everyone, please create a new project. Okay, and also let us put today's date in full form. Okay, and bracket my name. Okay, create a name. Okay, create the project name. Select the measurement rules. Okay, from your case, it will be only have the standard method of measurement using book second edition, right? In the temporary license, right? For mine, I have the MISNN. Okay, you use the SNM2. Okay, metric and in period depends on your project. If your project is US or Taiwan or Indonesia, okay, most of our project in Malaysia is actually using meter. Okay, just remain as the vehicle. And the ground elevation, this is what I'm going to explain to you further because it's actually something to do with our excavation. Okay, and then we click on OK. Right, once you set your name, the standard method measurement metric remain at 0 for the ground elevation, and then we click on OK. Right, and we click on OK. Okay, so by default, you will see something like this, similar to mine. Okay, it will be something like this, right? So first of all, you will need to drag. Okay, you can just drag to the right side. Okay, to see everything visually. Okay, and then I will need you to click on this animal list and attribute. Okay, please click on this animal list and attribute. Okay, by default it's in gray white color. You can just click on it to appear, to let it appear the animal list. Okay, but to suit your own preference, the length of it, I think you can set to a suitable eyesight. Right? So yeah, in this software, okay, the first thing, very okay, everything the software is going to do from left to right. Okay, from left to right. Okay, so the first thing what we have from the above, the first one you have this tab. Okay, each tab the operation is from left to right, and then each of the tab you have the button. Okay, and you will have this navigation bar. Okay, it will identify you actually at which location, which floor, which animal. Okay, what are the animal is, right? So this is what we call element tab. Okay, the left, most left is the element tab. Okay, further level down, each element tab you have the element list. You need to create the element, okay, each of the element. Okay, and each of the element they have their own properties, which we call as attribute and meter, which is what we call attribute and meter. Right? And the middle part, for sure, you will feel familiar. Okay, this is our draw panel. Okay, this is what we basically draw everything. Right? And the right hand side, this one is the quick view. Okay, you can view in 3D, later I will show you in detail more. And also in below here, this is what we call module. Okay, we actually add a modeling. Okay, we go to new model. Remember just now I said the quantity can be linked to our BQ. Okay, you can click on this BQ. Okay, you can link it to the BQ. And the report, we have various kind of report. Okay, the summary of the report. Right, and if you're at ground floor, it will show you your floor height and also your bottom elevation. Okay, I'm going to tell you what is the difference between the elevation and also the floor height. Okay, and we have this type, this step. Okay, we have these few steps. Okay, in these few steps, what we have is the first one. Okay, the first one will be in perpendicular. Meaning to say, if you open this, it will be draw in perpendicular. Okay, you are not able to draw in a different kind of degree. Okay, and this is our snapping object, snapping tools. And the third one, this one is the random point. I'm going to show you later on. And cross element, I'm going to explain to you later on as well. And we have it called status bar. This status bar is if you perform the operation, there will be a next operation step ask you to perform. Okay, you can refer to this operation step. This operation status bar. Okay, this is the operation status bar. Okay. If you accidentally close it, you will come to this bottom. You will come to this bottom. Okay, so if you want to open it back, you just click on this blue color. Okay, this blue color. It will come back to the open. Okay, and you will see there will be a 1000 FPS. Okay, this is what we call frame per second. Okay, frame per second. The software is actually treated as something like the gaming software. Okay, it actually also requires some certain quality of the graphic card of your PC. Okay, so there will be some requirement on the graphic card or also your PC RAM and etc. to run software smoothly. Okay, right. So let me go back to the start. Okay, you see, I go back to the start. I am able to save as, close, and option at the limit as well. Okay, so at the start here, let's say I see on the option. Okay, from this option, there's one thing is very important, which is on this file, we will have a backup, okay, and also the auto save prompt. Okay, normally I will keep it on auto prompt, meaning to say every 15 minutes it will prompt that do you want to save the project, and I click on yes. Okay, and the training purposes, I would like everyone to save our project file in the desktop PC for us to find. Okay, save yes, and then the backup file. Okay, once every 15 minutes save, okay, there will be only one file is created. Okay, there will be only one file is created and updated. But we also have our backup file. Okay, we have our backup file. There will be a location of backup file and number of days for keeping the backup. You can set up to 14 days. Okay, so for the backup file, let us open my backup file folder. This is the file that overall project I have in. Okay, you can see I will have, let's say for example, touch wood, your file, okay, save in your desktop, bring crash, okay, and an error to open it. You can actually recall, you can actually copy, and then you can just remove the .pdk extension, and then you're able to open the file. This file is actually what it's meant for is, at this date, at the time 6 p.m., 6:15 p.m., 41 seconds, I actually did click on the save. Okay, you will have this backup file save here. Okay, so it's very important if let's say our file actually crash, so you can take it from the backup file. Right? I just close it. By default, everything is set. Don't worry. If you want to set, for example, this auto save if the project is closed, also you can also pick. Okay, right? So yeah, and there are some element display color by default. Which of the elements they will be by default color? Some of the company they have their own SOP. For example, wall they want it to be orange color. Column they want it to be maybe blue color. Easy for them. For every project there will be a similar thing. So the management or the superior will be able to tackle this one blue color. Yeah, that one is the color. Right. It depends. Your company has this kind of SOP. Yeah, feel free to adjust accordingly. Okay. Okay, however, SD display, everything. Okay, rolling settings, set binding. Okay, so by default everything will be reset in the software. Right. And the first thing we're going to do is the project setting. Right, as I mentioned just now, I keep emphasizing. Our project is from left to right. Okay, we need to set our project information and our how many floor heights, and then if we have our IFC, just now I mentioned, you still remember IFC, Revit. Okay, I can do it, and then for this one, this is why we can import our drawing. Okay, identify that. For draw tab, we're going to draw everything manually. Okay, and view one after we draw the model entities. Okay, we can view in 3D, 2D, faster, 3D, etc. And then we can calculate and view our expression and our quantity mathematically. Later we're going to show you the function. And in the quantity, you will find measurement setting and measurement rules. Okay, so the measurement rules and measurement setting. Okay, so you will understand our set. Everything we set as an M2, everything will be in accordance. Right. So you will ask me what's the difference between measurement settings and measurement rules. Okay, let's open the measurement rules. So measurement rules is somewhere that related to the reduction. Okay, somewhere related to the reduction. For example, I for example, we don't have a vertical element. So you will ask which one take precedence, etc. Okay? So by default, whatever thing take precedence will be the vertical element. So the vertical element will take full volume. Okay? Automatically in the software for this, for example, beam or slab, we will detect full volume minus of this, minus of this section. Okay? This section will be solely for the column. Okay? Remember, everything in vertical element will take precedence. Right? Everything vertical element will take precedence. Okay? So this is where you can set, for example, I open for the column. So you can see everything, deduction of the lining from writing from the specific column. Okay, by default it will be according to the SMN. Okay, if you want to change, you're able to change for the drop down. Okay, you're able to change for the drop down. Right. So yeah, let us try to set our project information first. Okay, so first in the project information, just now the project name and rule already been set. Okay, you cannot amend anything already. Okay, project code. Let's say I put it KL001. Okay, if you have the code project type in the drop down, you are able to see the residential factory office. Okay, I put it residential. Okay, so you will ask for today's training, what are the things, what are the models that we're going to do, right? Okay, so let me write you for this. Alright. So for today's, we are actually going to model a bungalow. Okay, we're going to model a bungalow which consists of, what we consider of, it consists of our ground floor, our first floor, okay, consists of ground floor, first floor, and it's actually a rectangular bungalow. Okay, it's actually a rectangular shape. Rectangular shape. Yeah, it's actually rectangular shape. Okay, so as we all know, actually today is a residential. Okay, so let us choose for the residential. Okay, then the structural type. Structural type, we're going to choose for the frame structure. Okay, we have our column in. Okay, we have our frame structure. Okay, foundation type. So for the foundation type, we are going to choose for the pad foundation. Okay, we're going to choose for the pad foundation. If you refer to the drawing material, okay, we actually have carpet. Okay, we actually have the carpet. Okay, and the number of underground floors. Okay, we have one, which is our foundation floor, and the overground floor will be, we will have this 1, 2, 3. Okay, let us put 3. Okay, this is the brief information. Okay, don't worry about that. This is the brief information we can set. Okay, how about the if type? Okay, how about the if type? So if type is actually the, let me draw it. Okay, let's say this is the overall building roof, and this is the floor level, and this is the ground floor. Okay, if height is actually the distance between the tip of the roof until the ground floor. Okay, this is what we call inside, right? Okay, so in this, I'm not going to put anything because it carry actually, it actually carry no meaning for me. Okay, if you have the information, you can put it. Okay, I'm not going to put it for the training purposes. Right, floor area as well. Okay, you can put it. And this ground elevation. Okay, this ground elevation, what is this? Okay, this is actually a function for you to determine your excavation. So for example, this ground elevation is actually a starting point of your excavation. I repeat again myself. It's the starting point of your excavation level. Right? It's actually your starting point of your excavation level of the ground elevation here. So for this ground elevation in the drawing, everyone can let me know what is the ground elevation for the project. leave me a chat box, leave me a message in the chat box. Guys, let's guess, okay? What is the value for the ground elevation I need to set in the software? Anyone? Either is it 83.4 or is it 83.2? Okay, CE type. Okay, CE 83.2. Yeah, okay. Yes, you guys are the right path. Yeah. This 83.2 will be our ground elevation, and in other words, is our. Oh, sorry, I just closed the autosave prompt. Okay, I think you all also at the same time will receive the autosave prompt. So you guys just save it. Okay, save the file in your desktop. Okay, easy for you to find. Right, for ground elevation, we put it as 83.2. Okay, 83.2. And the information, the owner, architect, contractors, compound unit, compounder. I'm not going to do anything. You also can put in, for example, owner will be in this company as a class. Correct? So make sure the part is the blue color one. 3.2 now education. Right? Okay. Let us go to the floor settings. Right? So for this floor settings, okay, for this floor settings, for the left hand side, you will see for the left hand side, this one is what we play around with the zoning. Okay, meaning to say if you have a project, remember just now the condominium, I have two blocks and maybe I have a podium. I want to separate into different QSs to do the work. I can use this zoning, okay, and then they can merge the file together. Right. So this one you can set in floor height and this grid setting. Remember just now the item for you to take note. You have one thing is what we call general notes. Okay. As per your project, okay, if the general notes on every element, please follow accordingly to fill it in, okay, to fill it in, okay, so that you get the information accurately. Okay, so for the first one, let us see what we have. We have one foundation floor. Okay, this architecture building is going to provide foundation floor, and we have ground, first, and roof. Right. So how we can set? So the first thing, for sure, and by default, the software will have foundation floor, ground, and first. Okay. If you add this cell, you click on insert floor, it will insert the basement floor. So if you want to delete, you need to delete. You need to click on this basement one, and click on delete, click on delete, and you are unable to delete the foundation floor, and you think I have ground floor, first, and roof. Okay, ground floor first. Let's say I add my ground floor. I create another. Okay, it will be a ground floor one. Okay, so for the most upper part, I put it as a roof floor, and then I put it as a first floor. Okay, I will have roof floor, first floor, ground floor, and foundation floor. Right? I will have roof, first, ground, foundation. Okay, so once we all set this one, floor height. So for the floor height, let's go back. It will be 4 meter and 4 meter. Okay, so for this one, for the floor height for foundation floor, we do 1.5 meter. Okay, I will give you the width is a 1.5 meter, not in the drawing. Okay, so for the floor height for this one will be 4 meter and also 4 meter. Okay, so this one I just rename it as 3 meter because you can carry it because roof floor will be the most upper floor elevation. So for the bottom elevation, it will be 83.4. Okay. Our ground floor elevation, okay, will be 83.4. If you click on 83.4, it will insert here. The other floors will be changed. The bottom elevation. Okay. So what it means is actually meant for from here 83.4 we add 4 meter, you become 87.4. And for the first floor bottom elevation is 87.4, I add minus 1.5, I will become 81.9 meter elevation. Okay, so let us cross-check. The most is 71.4, which is correct. Okay, so remember the elevation. When I come to elevation, some of you might confuse. Later on, they will actually see the entities. They have the entities elevation, top and bottom elevation. What did that mean? Right. Let me show you a diagram. Okay, for you to visualize. Right. All right. So this is the frame schematic from the section view. Basically, we have the foundation, ground floor, first floor, for example. Right. So just now that we input for floor to floor, right? Floor to floor, we will have top and bottom elevation. Remember? Just now, for example, ground floor is 3.4, right? And the 4 meter height of the floor, it will be 87.4. This 87.4 will be the first floor bottom elevation. And it's also equals to my ground floor top elevation. Okay? My floor top elevation is 87.4. It's also equal to my first floor, okay, to my first floor bottom elevation. Right? I want you to make clear of this elevation because later on, each of the elements, each of the entities given their own elevation. Right? So for example, wall. You see for this wall, okay? For this wall, you also have every entity has their own elevation. Okay? For example, column. Column will also have their own bottom elevation or their top elevation. Okay? For wall also, wall will have a start top elevation. A will be start top, will be start bottom, and top and end bottom. Because wall it will be in length, it will be length. It will be starting from one point to another point. So whenever they start, it will be a start top elevation, and this one will be end top elevation. And the wall you see from the section, this will be our start bottom elevation, this one will end bottom elevation. You have to remember, for floor, we will have floor elevation, and for entities, you will also have entities top and also bottom elevation, as I highlighted. Okay, you have to make sure. Okay, we have a question from Wong that we need to change the floor height from the roof. Right. So for the roof here, okay, because the roof floor will be our last floor, okay, it will carry no meaning for the floor height. You need to check anything. You just remain as a 3 meter. It will be right. You just need to remain at 3 meter because it carries no meaning because roof floor will be our last floor over here, right? So there will be no other element on top of it. Okay. So another thing is another part is this one, the grade setting. Then this grade setting, as per the general notes, you can set, for example, concrete wall is grade 40. Okay, I need to change to grade 40. There will be a different color indicated. Okay, different color indicated. You need to change this. Okay, and you can change for the concrete category, the small work type, and also the mortar grade. Okay, and then you can actually, for example, now I actually changing for the roof floor. If every floor is applied applicable to every floor, I just copy to other floor. Okay, and then I select every floor and I click on OK. And then every floor will remain the same. So this grid setting, there will be no specific things for you to set. Okay, you don't worry about that. Just share you the function that you can actually use. If you want to restore the default, also can. You just click on restore to default, right? Just click on restore to default, and you will see very steel ratio here, don't get me wrong, steel ratio here is actually a estimation, a guesstimation of the steel weightage straight derived from the total volume of concrete. Right? The cube. Say, so if you get the total volume of the concrete of the element, you times with the steel ratio as the information provided by the engineer. Okay, so you can get the rough estimation of the rebar poundage, the weightage. Okay, so this is useful when you can do for example pre-contract or maybe tender stage. You can want to do the quick modeling for you to check whether the BQ quantity is actually what is the variance between your consultant quantity and also your quantity. But also for consultant point of view, maybe you want to prepare a tender stage, but the information or the detail of the rebar is not that clear. Okay? It's not that inclusive, extensive. Normally, structural engineer will provide you the foundation. Okay? Then you can use this function to input information and everything. Right? Okay. So yeah, once we all set, okay, once we all set, that we go to the first thing we need to do is we need to import the drawing. Right? So currently we have our drawing in our import folder. Right? And firstly, we need to click on this drawing manager in order for you to see from the right hand side there will be a drawing manager here and also layer manager. I like to open layer manager together. Okay, layer manager, what it means is if your drawing is AutoCAD or is a PDF, it's the same PDF from the AutoCAD. The drawing format somehow it will carry the layer. Okay, in the AutoCAD, I think most of you will have the AutoCAD is actually use the layering. Okay, the line, the layering, the line size to draw out the line for the element. Okay, by default, if a good AutoCAD drawing, the draftman will differentiate each of the elements by using different layering. Okay, by using that method, okay, we actually able to we actually have two functions to do the model. Okay, I quickly explain the concept for you now. Okay, if you have the AutoCAD and also maybe same PDF, okay, there will be a layering or maybe even color. Okay, there will be two different types you can do the modeling. First, you do the photo, and then the invitation for every element. Or if you don't have any of it, the first thing will be do the manual method, manual modeling. Okay, manual modeling is okay. I explain to you the manual model first. The manual model is you need to create, for example, column. You need to create the entities for the column. Okay, for example, what you name the name, and then you can put the length and the width and also the thickness of the column information, and then you use point function to point it according to your drawing. This is what we call manual way. In auto identification way, it will be very straightforward. Later I'm going to show you on the operation step. It will be only 3 steps. You need to pick the axis, pick the label, and also the auto identification. Okay, I'm going to show you these two. Right? So before I start, we need to have our drawing inside our software. Right? So click on the drawing manager. Okay, everyone, please click on the drawing manager. It will be appear at your right hand side here. Okay, how you add the drawing? The first thing you need to add is you click on this. Okay, some of it you will find that the symbol you're not familiar with what the symbol meaning. You can just move your cursor to that particular symbol. You will have a prompt say that it's actually a add drawing in this case. You click on this add drawing. Okay, click on the add drawing. We find the drawing. Okay, the training material. Okay, we find the training material. Let me see now. Okay, yeah. So for the first one, what we need is our structure drawing. Okay, we need our structure drawing. Okay, we double click our structure drawing. Okay, let us get the structure drawing. Okay, so for the structure drawing, there are a few things to do. Everyone able to import the drawing first of all, you zoom out the drawing. If you see, you will have a few things. Okay, you will see there's a original drawing, you have the model layout, this is actually a format type from the AutoCAD. AutoCAD, normally you will see there's a model layout, right? So this one, you just double click on the first drawing and you zoom out, you are able to see three different types of the layout drawing, right? You will see three different types of layout drawing. I can't find the drawing, right? This one, okay. So maybe do you download the drawing already? If you download the drawing, I would like you guys to put your drawings also. You haven't downloaded the drawing, right? Don't worry. One moment. For this case, let me drop the drawing for you guys in the chat box. So you guys just download it, okay, and then unzip it. So you're going to use it for this, right? Okay, I'm going to forward. If you don't have the drawing, okay, just get it from the chat box. Okay? You just click on it and then you can download it. Right. Once you download, please put your drawing folder in your desktop. Okay, easy for you to locate your drawing later on to add your drawing. Okay, while you are downloading, let me explain to you. Okay, so we have these three different types of layout. The first thing you need to do is you need to split the drawing to the individual folder. Okay, you need to split the drawing to the individual folder. Why I need to do it? Okay, I'm going to explain to you. If I didn't split it, okay, now the steps I'm going to do is once I split it, I will have my axis grid line. Okay, later on I will show you the axis grid line I created here. Okay, for example, once I split this one, for example, this one is the ground, this one is the first, and this one is the roof. Example, I will need to relocate the drawing, okay, to the exact coordination, to the exact point here. Okay, so for ground floor, I will have the x and y axis, the axis grid, and the first floor also I relocate to the particular same location, and roof as well. Meanwhile, the axis grid line will serve as a baseline, okay, for us to do the model. Meaning to say, if I do the model, and I separate into a section, my ground, my first, my roof. If I didn't have my axis grid line, and I didn't relocate my drawing to the appropriate axis grid line, what I do for my vertical element, for example, column. If I don't have the axis grid line, I have no point, I have no benchmark to relocate it. So my column will be in option. For example, let's say this is C1 and also this is C1. There will be not making sense, right? That will be totally not making sense. So what we have is what we need to have the axis grid line, and the first thing is split the drawing, okay, and then we relocate the drawing to the axis grid line, and then when we do the model for column 1, we will have the same verticality. Okay, it will be the same verticality for the C1. This is what the result we want. We want to see the model, is it reasonable or not. Okay, if you understand, if you're clear on what is the purpose for the process I'm explaining just now, from split the drawing, okay, and then create the axis grid line, relocate it. The ultimate outcome is to get the verticality of the vertical element. Okay, please leave a chat box, give me a yes. Okay, I want to make sure everyone is in the same page. Okay? Everyone know the concept of this modeling. Okay, this is very important. I actually have encountered before, experienced before, some of the users, they don't have the access to line, so they will do the model. So if you see the 3D, it will be gelap gabut every time. Right? Okay, nice. Everyone is in the same page, right? Correct. Okay, so let us zoom out. Okay, SR is 1. Okay, maybe, okay, we import the property, right? So let us zoom up the 3D drawing. The first step we need to scale the drawing. Okay, your first thing is scale the drawing. Remember, let us try to click on scale drawing. Okay, if you click on scale drawing, there's a status bar below. Select the area to scale. Right click to confirm. Okay, or you can right click directly to scale the whole CAD drawing. Okay, I can just right click. Okay, it will select all these three layouts, right? And then remember, just now the status bar is very important. Ask you to specify the first endpoint of the business. Okay, I would encourage you not to open the render point. Okay, please off the render point. Okay, the third button, please switch off. Okay, then we find the most longest, for example, this one A1 until E is 12875 mm. Okay, I just point one point and then I zoom out and I point another point at E. So the distance is correct, 12875. Okay, you can just make sure and click on OK. So we know that the CAD drawing imported is actually in the correct scale. Okay, once we done scale, the next step is very important. What we need to do, we need to split. Okay, split the drawing. Okay, let us click on split drawing. Okay, similarly, you can refer to the status bar. Ask you to select the CAD end. The first step, zoom in. I just left click and hold my left click. I drag until the whole layout for the ground floor. Okay, it will become yellow color box, and all the CAD line is actually highlighted in blue color. Okay, status bar tell you select the CAD line and then you have to right click to confirm. Okay, right click to confirm. Okay, you will come here to please input the drawing again. You have two methods. One is you can manually type it, or if you are lazy, not to say lazy, if you are smart enough, okay, you can just throw in. Okay, there will be a name ground floor plan. Okay? From the spec, when you receive, identify that. If you see currently, I move my cursor here. It will be only one square box. Right? If I move so near, it will be two square box. Right? When this happens, it's actually meant for you are able to identify the information. Okay? And here, and then I just select it. It will be a ground floor plan. But at the front here, I need to put the curve structure. I put it STRUC because this is our structural ground floor plan. If I just put ground floor plan later on the architecture drawing, we also have ground floor plan in the Cubicost. I'm not sure what's that. So once we identify the ground floor plan and we move our cursor to correct the structure item, and then we click on OK. Okay. Once you've done one, it will become yellow color box, and one drawing is added to your drawing manager. It will be in structure ground floor. Right? Can you see? It will be in structure ground floor. Alright? So similarly, let us practice for another two. We will also have this roof, floor, and also upper roof. Okay? You might ask, we have first floor, why we don't have the first floor for the layout? Okay? For this training, our modeling is we are going to assume our ground floor and our first floor entity is actually similar, actually the same. Right? Okay, so let us practice for more. Let us split. So click on split. Select. Okay, make sure the status bar asks you to select. Okay, select the CAD line. And for this one, I just select, right click, and then I zoom in, identify the name, and then I put in STRUC, naming the structure. Okay, OK. Okay, similarly for this one, for the third one. So you will ask, is that I need to split the information below here also? Either way, you can also split, because what we want to split the drawing because we only want the layout. We only want the model, the entity position and do that. Either way, you can just done split at the drawing manager. Okay? If you already split your drawing, let me know. Split. Okay? Give me a message. Split all these three drawings. Okay? Three layout drawings. Sing me, speaker. Yes, speaker. Split. Split. Yes. Okay. Right. This part. Right. All right. So, if I am going too fast or you want me to repeat, please stop me. Yeah? Please stop me. Okay. But I'm going to go to the first and a very important is the backbone. Okay. And we split there. Right. Okay. Okay. I'm going to repeat on the split now. One moment. Right. For this one, let's say let me remove the drawing now. Okay. So for the split part, okay, remember we have three drawings in the same layout. I need to split into become individual layout. Okay. First of all, what am I going to split is I need to zoom in and I select the split. Okay, the fourth button, click on it. The status bar asks me to select the tab N, right? And I can just left click and I keep on pressing my left click and I drag my mouse, okay, to become yellow color box, right? And then I need to right click to confirm. Okay, it asks you to input your drop in, okay, and then I zoom in, I strip away, just identify it, okay, and then I rename it as a STRUC, rename as structure, okay, and then click on OK. It will become structure upper room. Yeah. Okay. The drawing will be appear in your drawing manager, meaning it actually does it. Right? Oh, problem. Unfortunately, we are not able to rename the drawing. Okay. Even no worry, if you are even put the structure in front of the drawing name. So later on, when we split our architecture, just remember to add the architecture, the archi in front of the drawing name. So you are able to differentiate. No worry. We actually work in this kind of thing. So you can delete and split again. Yes, you can do so. You can do so. Yeah. Okay. If you don't want to do so, also never mind. Meaning to say later when we split the architecture, right? We just add the architecture, architect ground floor plan. Then we will be able to differentiate archi and also structure, right? No worry. Okay. So I will go to the next step, to our backbone of our software. The first will be our access grid. Okay. This access grid, okay, remember our navigation tab, we actually at ground floor, yeah. Okay. On the drop down, you are able to see four levels of activity in our floor setting. Okay. Actually, we are actually on the ground floor. For access grid line, if you create one access grid line for the ground floor, for each and every floor, you also have a similar access grid line. Okay. Right. So first thing we need to double click on this structure ground floor. Okay. Once you double click on it and you zoom out, you only can see only one layout. Okay, this is what we want important. And the axis grid. Okay. I'm going to show you a very manual method, okay, how we can draw our axis grid. First, I mentioned just now, we have O2 and manual. I'm going to have a blend of these two. Let me practice, okay? Let me familiarize. First thing, okay, this is the manual method. We need to have our draw tab, okay? Because O2 identify method is depending all on the drawing. We need to identify that, okay? Everything is manual, go to the draw tab. Okay, but we will find the similar things and to select, draw and modify. But the behind will be totally different. Okay, into axis. Okay, and the draw tab. Axis grid line. And I I can create these various types: orthogonal, as arc axis, and also diagonal axis. Right. For this one, will be rectangular and will be our orthogonal axis. Right. Let us click on orthogonal axis. Okay. If you click on orthogonal axis, you will come to the define interface. Okay. This is the interface. Define interface. Okay. So now what we can see is, what we know is, okay, let me put it down. Okay. I explain to you. You will have top left, and I have bottom left, top and right. It actually indicate what is the axis position you want to put. Okay, the label. Okay, from here, this one will be our top, and will be our left. This one will be our bottom, and this one will be our right. Okay, okay. On the plan, the location is set. Okay, from the drawing here, it's actually at our top and our left. Right. Okay. So from here, let us go back to this define. Okay, from left, okay, we have left. We need to click on the left here. Okay, we can just insert. Okay, we just click on insert. Okay, from left. Okay, from here, the drawing here, I need to see. Right, so from left, actually from 1 to 9. Okay, okay, so if you have the drawing with you, okay, let me if you don't have the drawing with you, I need to refer one by one. Okay, if not, you can just refer to my screen here. Okay, from axis, I can double click. I can change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, like 1 to 9. The first one is 450, and then 4550, and then we have 4000, 1008, 2005, 4005, 2005, and also lastly will be 3950. Right. So you can refer to my screen here. Okay, you can straight away directly input to your lab to search from 1 to 9. Okay, so yeah, I refer to here. So you will ask, what is the level here means? So this level here actually meant for starting and also ending. So starting from 1 to 9. And you can see level 2 and do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So it's starting to ending. Okay, to open and also closing. Okay, so I repeat myself again: 450, 4550, 4000, 1008, 2005, 4005, 2005, and 3950. Okay, we are done for our lab. Okay, next we are going to do for our top. Okay, next we're going to do for our top. So for the top, we go back to the top here. Okay, we go to the top here. Similarly, we're going to add. Okay, once I click on add, you will see from 1 to 9 you will have the diagram for you to see. Okay, from this one is actually A. Okay, and A1, B, C, D, and E. Okay, it depends if you are referring to architecture drawing or structural drawing. For architecture drawing, I have A1. Okay, for structural drawing, you have A1. No worry, actually similar. Okay, the total will be 12,875. No worry. Okay, so 1,008 and also the 5,000. Okay, as this screen line, I will normally ask you guys to use manual method. Okay, use manual method to do the assessment line for you able to visualize. 5,000, 6,000, and 5,000. And I have consists of A1. Yeah? If you don't have A1, it will be straight away 4,475, 1,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 5,000. Okay? Okay, once you have done, you just click on OK. Okay, once you click on OK, you have this green color. Yeah, all right, folks. Once you have done, you have this green color as it's created in your drawn panel. Okay, so still remember just now what I said. After we split and then we create the axis grid line, our backbone, our benchmark is our axis grid line. The next step we need to relocate. Right? We need to relocate. Okay? We need to relocate. So everyone able to have the axis grid line shown in your draw panel? If you have the axis grid line, let me know. Yeah? Axis grid line. Axis grid. Yes, alright. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. The next thing will be relocate. Okay. How are you going to relocate? Okay. There are a few things I would like to emphasize. Yeah? You will see this is our random point. Random point, when you want to relocate, make sure you are actually off. Okay? If you are on, later I will show you the consequences. Make sure everyone is off the random point. And then we are going to select this relocate. And then we're going to select the base point. For example, I have the intersection between 9 and 8. I have the intersection point here. I click on it, and then I drag to our intersection point of the axis grid, 9, 8. Okay? This is going to be the steps here. Okay? So let's do together. Okay? So let's do together. Alright? If you're able to do so, it's good. Okay, let's see. I give you an example. If I open a random point, I actually open a random point. If I click on relocate, okay, if I click on it, make sure you have the marker, okay, you have the cross here. Okay. If I open the random point, if I didn't zoom in correctly, right, if I didn't find it, if I carelessly, I just put it here, then you will see something is having a problem. Right? By layout, axis grid, and my or axis grid is actually not aligned. And if my first block, my axis grid and my drawing is actually aligned, I don't have to edit anything. Right? So things you need to validate here. You need to off this axis. You need to off this random point. I do it again. From the random point. From this point, and then I'm finding. Then it will be in aligned together. 9, 9, 8, A1, B, C, D, F, G. Right? Okay. So are you able to relocate? Yes. Right? So we are done. We are done for the preset. Right? We are done to do the preset. The first part, which is what you need to do before our lunch. Okay? We are going to do for column. Right? For column. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Yes? Alright. Yes. Thank you for your cooperation. Before I without a few of it. Alright. Okay. Nice. If your axis grid line and also the layout is set accordingly. Okay. Very, very aligned. Very nice. First thing you need to do is the column. Okay. Similar thing as the axis grid line. Okay. From the drop down, if you want to collapse, you want to confuse yourself, right? Just close the axis. Okay. And then for the column, open the column. First one, the column. I'm going to bridge you through how you can do the manual method. Yeah? Similar to the axis grid line. For the manual method, you need to create. Okay, you can create the rectangular column, round column, irregular, or parametric. In the software, if you see anything related to parametric words, it will be the shape actually preset in software. Okay, and then you can input the value here. Okay, this one you can use it, right? Or even you can actually use the irregular column. This irregular column is very useful. Example, if you have the AutoCAD drawing, right, you can actually select the section from the drawing, or let's say, for example, I draw the section, and then I can find, for example, this one. Okay. You don't need to draw together with me. I just show you the function of it. Okay, let's say I have this one. So you will see I already have, and then I just point it. Right? So this is the function for the irregular. If let's say you want to do the manual method, the first thing manual method you need to create one. Okay, let's say C1 is a rectangular, right? Create a rectangular column. Click on it. Okay. Once you click on it, you will see. Let's say just now I mentioned to you, each of the element, the entity, you will have the attribute editor. Okay. From the attribute editor, I want to strengthen one more concept for you. You will see, you know, the software will be in white color. Yeah? Okay. There will be two different colors. Okay. For my one, if you can see here, the name you have a blue color and white color for my case. Okay. For the blue color is what we call it as a public attribute. Meaning to say, if in the model here I have 5 numbers of this column 1. Okay, if I change the information of this public attribute, it will change accordingly. It will change top. Okay, if I change information for the this is what we call private attribute. Okay, the remaining color is what we call private attribute. Okay, this private attribute is when you want to change the information here, you need to select the particular entity first. Only you're able to change the information and you will change accordingly. Okay, let me take an example for you. Let's say I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this 5. If I change it to maybe 300, 100 by 100, and you can see you change accordingly. Okay, if I want to change this particular thing for the private attribute, minus see, we will only change one particular thing. There will be a difference between public attribute and private attribute. Okay, private attribute is for you to customize that particular entities. Okay, the first thing you need to select the entity first, only you can make the changes. All right. If you if just now you're actually testing on the software, right? You are creating those entities by enabling the point, right? There will be the function of this random point. If you close the random point, even though I want to point it at any location, I am able to do it. I need to have a drawing with a sleeping point. Okay, with a sleeping point, you will see. With a sleeping point, you are able to point it. If outside the drawing, you are unable to draw point it. If you open to the point, wherever places, you are also able to point. Okay, this is for the things that I'm not very encouraged to open the random point. Yeah. Right. So let me come back to the topic. Okay. Right. Let us, for example, this manual way column C1. You need to rename the name to C1. All right. Material and also the section. Okay. If you see the concrete grade, the forward type, all this is actually what the thing that is set in the grid setting. The concrete grade. Okay. So you will see what is the linkage between this. Meaning to say, whatever I have in the general layout, general notes, I will need to set here. And in my layout drawing, if I see there's no unless otherwise stated function, unless otherwise stated wording, I don't need to change the grid because it will according to the general. Right? At the first place, if the grid setting is set as per the general notes, we will define it differently. If for every entity, you need to change the grid. Let's say this is actually a general note is grid 40, my grid 40. By default, if you check the grid 40, here we will show grid 40 by default as per the general notes. Right? So come back to here. I need one thing. I need my column details. Okay. Let me see my column details. Okay. In your training material, you will have a column detail. For example, this C1. You have 400 everything will be done. And you still remember just now I said the elevation, top elevation and bottom elevation. Okay, this one I explain to you later on. Just try to create this one, and this is points. For the column, it will be very easy. You can use one function only, which is this point. Click on it. Okay, you zoom in. Okay, you will see by default it's in the center. It's actually hard for us to get the snipping point. All we can do is we can click on F4, will be our shortcut key, to change the insertion point. Let us click on F4 to try out. Okay, you can click on F4, you can have the snipping point, you can get the corner bar, and then you click on the corner. Right? If you are able to get it, able to draw the border of the corner with the change of the snipping point F4, give me a message F4. Right, let me know. F4. Right? Okay. Slightly on the right arm. Others, F4. Alright, F4. Okay, right. F4. Right. So for this one, okay, before I go to another step, let me see that. Everyone can let me know what is the height of this column C1 that I just now created. Can give me a message. What is the height of this C1? Make a guess, everyone. The answer is the floor setting. Okay, the answer is floor setting. Okay, right? Some of it 4, some is 3. Okay, the answer is 4 meters. Why? The reason is currently we are at ground floor. You still remember, okay, the top elevation will be this top, right? Bottom elevation will be the bottom, right? So the bottom elevation is our floor bottom elevation. Remember we are in ground floor. Our ground floor bottom elevation is 83.4, right? And just now what we said, the height is 4 meters. And the floor top elevation, how much? 87.1. So you can see the concept of the floor height come into place, the function. Right? So let's clear it. Function is 4 meters. Right. So let me go to another method. There's another function for me to do the manual method. Also, if you see the C3 from the detail, it actually carry the same information, 450 by 200. But in fact, the position is changed. Okay? What you can do is you don't need to create another rectangle, because if you create another new one, you need to re-input the value. You can just click on this copy. Click on copy. By default, it will be C2 in accordance, but I want it to be C3. I want to put C3 first. And also it's 450 by 200. Right? Okay? So, in this way, if you copy the information to be by right, it will be by right. What you can do is you can just change it to become 200 and also 450. It's not 450 by 200. If you don't want to change, also never mind. You can just similarly draw that point function. You will see there is a rotation point. Okay? The differences between rotation point on and off is, if I didn't open the rotation point, I just need to just count the function. I just click one point. Just click one point. If you open the rotation point, meaning to say it's able for you to change the direction of the axis. Okay, everyone please open the rotation point, and then we can press F4 to change the rotation point. Okay, currently at this point, right? I want to point 2 points. The first point I need to point here. Okay, and then the second point. Okay, second point is I just open this rotation and then move it to. Okay, second point I will do, I should leave the second point. Right? It will be the second one. Okay? If you're able to use the rotation point to point the C3, give me a message C3. here comes the concept of the manual. Okay, and I'm going to introduce you a very, very interesting thing. Very, very interesting function. Once you see, you're quite happy to see it for your future takeoff. Right. This one is what we call manual method. The operation I explained again. The first thing, create create entity, and then we input information and use point function to point it. Okay, and you want to change the direction, the rotation point here, to point it. Okay, and use F4 function. Right. So the second method, everything related to drawing, I mentioned just now. Right? You go to identify tab. Okay. For each of the elements, we have auto identify. Everything is related to this one. Okay. We have few things to do. Okay. For us to identify, auto identify. Few things to do. You will see what is. You will ask me what is sideline, what is label. Okay. For example, in your drawing, you will have your line. Okay. This one will be a line. For example, this is a column line. Right. So if you click on this pick label, that is sideline. The first step you want to do is this one. You need to pick the sideline here and then right click to confirm. Second part is pick the label. This is our label. This is our column label. And then we click on right click. And then we click on auto identify. Right? So this is three basic steps. Okay? So let us do together. Right? So our first step, okay, come to this identify tab. First thing first, click on pick sideline. Once you click on this, you will have this box come out. By default, it will be select by layer. Okay, meaning to say, by default, it will ask you to select the layer of the drawing. If it happens that you select the sideline of the column, every element, for example, wall, beam, slab, everything is selected. Meaning to say, the drumman of the consultant is actually lazy. Not to say that maybe you don't have much time to do the drafting for the algorithm. By right, just now I mentioned, draftsmen have to have each different element have their own layering, right? So if you select one particular column sideline, everything is selected. You need to say you need to separate out to each different element. The next thing you might need to do is you need to delete it and you need to select by color. And you can see you have different colors for different element also, right? So there's a second function, or maybe the third one, the free select. You can select one by one. This one will be bare hand already. Okay, so if I come to this interface, select by layer. First thing first, you zoom in. For example, C2, I just click on the start line. Okay, you will see the double square box. Okay, I have now. I click on it, and then I zoom out. Don't worry about that. I zoom out first. You don't press anything yet. Zoom out, you can see all other columns being selected. It will become this blue color, right? And then okay, once done, okay, once you flag it to confirm, second step you need to pick label. Okay, let us click on pick label. Similarly, by default is select by layer. Let's say I zoom in, I click on this C2. Left click, and I zoom out, I see each of the others label is being selected. And I right click to confirm. And then you will see the start line and also the layer is missing. Don't worry, okay, I explain to you further later on. Right? After it's missing, the next step you can, okay, you can just click on auto identify. By default, you will have three functions. You have auto identify, click identify, and drag identify. If auto identify, it will auto identify everything that is not identified. If you click identify, you will identify the things that you want to click. You point, you select what to click. Or drag, you can drag it the portion you want to identify. For this case, I just click on auto identify. Okay. After you click on it, there will be a prompt. Identification completed with the 32 numbers identification column identified. You click on OK and you zoom out. Okay, if you see, you want to see your 3D. This is the view tab. From the right hand side here, the first button is the view tab for the 3D. The second is the back to 2D. Okay, let us go to 3D. To view the column is being identified and modeled up. Everyone, are you able to also identify all the columns for the particular project? If yes, leave me a message or ALL or. Alright. How do you guys find this function? How do you guys find this function? Is this function tremendously rapid, interesting, fast? Yes? Smart? Okay. Right. So this is how you can do the over internet. Right. So if you wonder why my drawing gone, everything is gone. Don't get OT. Alright. Okay. Come to the layer manager. Okay, I explain further. Layer manager. Currently, after you identify, you don't get that all the others have lines. In fact, in layer manager, we have two things. We have thick layer and original layer. If you click on this original layer, it will come back empty. Okay. If you untick the thick layer, then you will notice that just now the column sideline and also column label is height. What it means throughout the operation just now identify, okay, identify, you take the sideline and label, okay, and it will fall under category thick layer. So it fall under category thick layer. It no longer is the original layer. So if you untick it, you won't be able to see. If you untick everything, you see nothing. You just see the axis grid line and also the entities that just now we modeled. Right? Right? If you want to back to the model, okay? If you want to do another element later on, okay, you see every element in column has a bracket. This is C. If you press on C, this is a shortcut key for you to hide your element. This is for you to hide your element. Later on, we have a few kind of elements in later we go to use this function. Alright? So it's 12:05 now, right? I think we're going to have our lunch break. Alright, before that, will the end column collect if you do both draw that right? No, it's a good question, Elaine. Just now I explained to you in manual part, I use C1 and C3, right? As you can see, for whatever we identify, right? Just now C1 and C3 already have. And in fact, the remaining one is actually at the bottom, at the list element list here. And it won't indicate. Okay? Once if you already have the quantity, you have the model for the back, it won't actually generate again for you. But it's a good question. It won't generate. It won't indicate for you. Okay? So don't worry about that. Right? So a little bit recap before we go for the lunch. Okay? So this morning we create a project, input the project information. Our floor setting, I mentioned just now, very important, because just now the column we put is C30. If our variable is C40, and then in this one we need to create one by one already, right? So better for you to have your variables input accordingly to grid setting and also use floor settings, right? The next thing we learned today is we open the drawing manager, we import the master drawing. Okay, we import the master drawing and we split into individual drawings, individual layout, and then we create the access grid line by using manual method. At the draw tab, we create auto control. Okay, and then we relocate the layout to that particular access grid line as a backbone and the vertical link of the particular element. And the column, we practice for few things, the manual method. Okay, we create, then we shape, and also we point it by using point function. function to check the insertion point is by pressing F4. Okay, once again, F4. Okay, and we learn for auto identification method also. Okay, we three methods. We pick the start line, pick the label, and auto identify it. And voila, all the columns being identified. And the layer is actually in the pick layer already. Right? So, yeah, that's it. We're going to have a break, our lunch break at now until 2 p.m. Please come back sharp at 2 p.m. We're going to continue with the remaining structure element. Right? So before we end for lunch break, can you kind of see how to hide the elements? Right? So how to hide the elements, right? Okay. So for example here, you can see we have a column. And the column it has a bracket C. Okay, and just press on the keyboard C. It will be hide. So it will be hide. It will be hide. Alright? Okay. So Vivian. Alright, Helen. Vivian, if there are some irregular columns, can you use auto identify? Yes, Vivian. Okay. As you can see, the C40 is actually in fact is actually irregular. Actually, if you actually read your start line, if your start line in what shape, it will be examined in certain shape like drafted in the AutoCAD. You will be able to identify it. Okay. Coming back, I will explain to you the auto identification. What are the main things you will take care of? Right? So yeah, even your answer is yes, you will be able to auto identify for irregular columns. Right? So yeah, so I think we're going to stop for our last break. Okay, please come back at 2 sharp. Okay, I'm going to start for the next item. Will be the beam. Okay, will be the beam, and also will show you the result for the quantity. Okay, that's how we do is the model. Okay, before you go, please click on save. Yeah, please save your model. Please save the file. Yeah, please save the file. Very important. Please save the file. Okay, so you can just leave the Zoom open, or you can exit from the Zoom, and you can just rejoin based on the link, the Zoom link in the confirmation email by the Zoom. Right? So see you at 2 p.m. Okay? Get yourself energized. Okay? Get some food. Drink more water. Okay? See you at 2 p.m. Everyone. Alright, if there are repeated columns, don't worry, don't worry. If there are repeated columns, example multiple C1. Yeah. If there are multiple columns in C1, right? It actually will be, for example, okay. So if let's say if you have the start line, everything is C1, right? And you pick the start line, everything is being picked and also labeled together with C1. You also able to pick. So it will be formed once you will be only have one C1 in the element list, but in the model you have what? You have 5 elements. So you have 5 elements in one C1 area. Yeah? You have five elements in the drawing, in the draw tab. Okay, but only have one C1 in the element list because it actually reads your pick label name as C1. Alright? Okay? Don't worry, thank you. Get yourself rest, okay, have some food, okay, energize. See you at 2 p.m. everyone. Yeah, thank you. No problem. Alright, well,
Recording stop.